bothered as I am. But there's always a super you.
Smash that like button. Woo!
Like and subscribe.
Just coming in to what looks like a little ski school of some sort. And that's Lucy from the Czech Republic, who I'm walking with today. How funny. I turn the corner, École de ski. Fresh, cold water. I'll do a bit back. Ah, this is Lucy from Czech Republic, drying her tent. We had a lot of condensation last night.
Yeah, it was.
It was crazy. This is clearly a mountaintop finish in the Tour de France. Look at these. And obviously, somebody loves Pinot. Look at Pinot the whole way. The top. Wow, it's hot. And I really am sweating. Wow, that's hot. New GRs, new signs. Now following the green. Good morning, day 16. Wow, day 15 was a long day. It was my attempt to see if I could do over 30k. What I didn't plan for was going up 5,000 feet and down 3,000 feet. But yeah, I managed to do it. Stopped at the shelter, and the shelter, nobody went inside, but 10 tents outside. So the French people met earlier in the day, the German couple with their baby, Lucy from Czech Republic. So yeah, it was a very good day yesterday. And today, you either walk 20 kilometres or 40 kilometres, or you go 30 and get somewhere to stay in Belford. And that's what I'm going to do. So it's 9:30, it's already scorchingly hot. Gone over a couple of Tour de France hill climbs. Can't believe how you cycle up some of those. But let's see where the rest of the day takes us. I imagine this is a mountain bike starting point. It's 10 o'clock. Stop for breakfast. And there's the shelter. And that's what I look at. It's a very small shelter, really just for eating in. But we're 830. Smaller tortillas, more filling per tortilla. Of course, more wood. And very often on these wood piles, you'll see somebody's taking the time with their chainsaw. This is marked as quite a tiny path, but I think we'd had some big vehicles go through here. Wow. And just off to the side, another World War I monument. There's a lot around here. It's on the map as a water source. It says non-potable. It was green rectangles. It's now green circles. Coming down through a strung out village. Lots of the places look boarded up, so maybe these are summer houses or something. What a beautiful building. What a mural. Quite a bit of road walking, getting through this long village and out the back. But I'm now following green square, green circle. Yeah, I have no idea. a lot of just going up and down these sort of woodland paths. The ups aren't excessive, the downs aren't excessive. It's just sort of rolling, it goes on and on. And it's hot, so you get through the water. Whew. When you're following a GR and you look at the map and it says, yeah, but you were supposed to turn off it a while ago. So you find a tiny path that crosses between the two. So not a lot of harm done, but you follow the green rectangles and you find out that's not what you're supposed to be following. Now back on the right path, which is the green outline of a circle. And it just shows that my step count is a better indicator of the number of kilometres I've done, whereas the kilometres I record is just taken from the app as the cumulative value. Just a path downhill that looks exactly the same as the path we took uphill through this forest. We have a bird of prey screeching overhead, coming past some rather grand properties that have got lakes, which I don't know if they're gravel pits or they made them. It's 1 PM, it's hot, and we got 3 kilometres on this gravel path. The heat kept in by the hedges. You're all hiding together. Get away from the heat, huh? Yeah? We have a worked out deviation because they're doing works, but couldn't work out what this was on the map. Oh well. Reminds me of New Jersey boardwalks. Big fishing lake with numerous stops, but that is the development that's in our way. I have to walk all the way around it. A lot of egrets and herons on this lake. Absolutely huge development going on. No idea what it is. It's got EU money, parking, different types of parking, so we'll see. I'm sure you guys are as hot and bothered as I am. The HexaTrek path goes where those cranes are, so you have a 2-3 kilometre diversion to take you around the other side, not the lake we're looking at, the lake the other side, and then come out at the same place. That was tough, very hot, and I had a long rest. Not sure if this counts. I'm about 100 yards away and the barrier's gone down, so we'll get a train in a minute. We are before the French schools break up, so this big Laube de something, Auberge de Lac, right, it's closed. Next stop, Belfort. It's so hot. They're all under the trees or in the ditch. Ooh, good. They look like kites. Right in the middle of the field, we've got a stork. See how close I can get. You get to the top and there's an incredible view, probably of Belfort, but there's infrastructure here and people turn up in flip-flops. The grand view. Quite a lot going on. but a car park very close. Fantastic communications tower hiding at the top of the hill. A tip I learned, bitter experiences, always take water to a water source. You can then at least camel up. Because if you arrive at a water source, as I've just done, and it's completely dry, and it's not a fountain that they said on the app, you don't have any water. So at least I've got a small amount of water to get to the next water source. There are neat, small, long wood stacks. And then there are wood stacks. Coming down into Essert, where I should be able to get some water. And then it's just a matter of finding my accommodation for the evening, which I don't think is too far away, but you never know, maps can be deceiving. Here's the water source on the map. It's empty and it's non-potable anyway. No drinks, no drinks. Might not be a water source, but there's always a Super U.
Smash that like button. Woo!
Like and subscribe.